All shall fear Malthus.
Here's the thing about Thanos. His motivation specifically is about overpopulation, like galactic overpopulation. And there's one point in the story where, where they almost go here, but nobody has an actual argument against why Thanos' project is wrong. Again, maybe we'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we already do know why Thanos is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We know Thanos is wrong because Thanos has this idea. Thanos' philosophy is that the more people there are, the less food there is to go around, and therefore people starve.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works. And so in order for people to prosper, you need to have fewer people. And that's a philosophy that people really do believe today. Or, do believe today.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know it's wrong. And it's, the overpopulation kind of theory was by a philosopher economist called Thomas Malthus.
Okay.
Who...
That's a name.
Yes.
Malthus. All shall fear Malthus. I shall destroy half the population in the name of my philosophy.
Really, no. Thanos, actually, it's kind of funny. He does sound like a supervillain, which is hilarious. This is now my favorite thing. Somebody needs to... I really wish we had enough fans that somebody would actually, Photoshop Malthus as Thanos, because that would be the best thing that Malthus ever gave to the world. But... And that was his theory, was that, too many people equals less food, equals people are going to starve.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a compelling theory, as you go about it. The problem is that people actually tested it, and it's been disproven.
How so?
Because the more people there are, the more likelihood you're going to get some crazy genius inventor who's going to invent a more efficient way to use the food and to make more food.
So people like Tony Stark is literally the answer to Thanos' problem.
Exactly. The fact that the more people there are, the more likely Tony Stark is going to get born.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds silly, but that's literally, economists have tested this, and they've looked at different places, and really, places that have higher populations tend to fix that problem. As long as, of course, they're in a country where, the government isn't, causing people to be poor, desperately poor, and not able to, get access to money so that they can invent the thing.
So in other words, as long as the conditions are right, the species will adapt and evolve, basically.
Exactly. And it's so funny, the fact for me, this is one of the things about watching movies like this. This is one of the reasons that I, decided I wanted to major in philosophy, politics, and economics, and not just art, so that, I can know things like this. And so I can make movies where, that know things like this. Because having Thanos' motivation be the philosopher Malthus is a bit like having a villain who is a flat earther. It's like his whole motivation is based on a disproven scientific theory. And I really hope that... But the thing is, to be fair, that the fact that, overpopulation is a myth is not something that has made it into popular consciousness. The average person doesn't know this, which is, but my hope would be that they are, planning to show that that's, Thanos is wrong and that's not true, because they did allude to Gamora, what was it? Thanos said, if we don't kill off all these people, everyone's gonna die. And she said, you don't know that. And of course, what I wanted to shout is no, we do know. We know it's not true.
What I just wonder is, I know no one's ever actually asking about this, but why he picked the number exactly half? Because it felt a little arbitrary for me.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
If you're concerned as a people, you don't want people to get overpopulated or whatever. Couldn't I don't know, a third work? Couldn't 1/4 work?
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Just still seems very arbitrary to me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Totally arbitrary. Makes no sense. And that's the thing, is that I hope that they are going to show that it's not true, but my fear is that they think it's more compelling than it is
Mhm.
because they haven't actually taken an economics course beyond 101. Because that's the way artists are who only studied art their whole
Mhm.
lives. And see, I don't know, guys. I'm not saying you are that way. It's just my fear because I see this in movies all the time.
I swear to God, we get angry not even fan letters. So we just get angry letters from Marvel. I'm blaming you.
If we get a letter from Marvel, I'm counting that as a win.
Never watch our movies again. Hey, it's signed by the Russo brothers.
Exactly. Yes, I'm totally okay with that. No, but I mean, my fear is that I eventually am actually a filmmaker at some point, and I have to meet these guys, and they actually remember this video, and are like, "Oh, you insulted us," but then they would be speaking to me, and that's so. And you watched my videos. So I'm kind of middling about it. It's fair enough. But yeah, so just so as you know, don't have to worry. Thanos is wrong. Anybody who goes around saying overpopulation, they don't know what they're talking about, and it's great.
Doesn't stop him from winning the battle though.
Doesn't stop him from having a giant infinity gauntlet or a government program or ruling the universe to be able to enact population certain countries that now have a very weird gender imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
So, because those don't have odd problems that go along with it.
Things would have been so much simpler if he was just trying to court death this whole time instead. Just make him an angry, spurned lover. Less interesting character, but at least his desire to kill half the universe would make more sense.
Yes, I always found Thanos more relatable when he was just a jilted lover.
That's true. That's very true. It's a lot more human.
Thanos back then was really just a representative of all fandom, of everybody who has a nerd fantasy of everyone who was that never got the girl, and so is going to just become all-powerful God-man to reshape the universe so he can get the girl, and still doesn't get the girl because that's what happens to nerds. Wow, that got real for a moment.